Here we have an ex-East Cleveland cop being sentenced to prison for tasering a handcuffed man and then attempting to falsify records to claim that the person was tasered before they were handcuffed. It is good that some cops are finally being punished for their crimes, but we need to have all cops punished for their crimes.
Former East Cleveland police officer in court today asking the judge not to send him to prison.
Please, Your Honor, I beg you. I've never been in trouble. I'm not going to harm anybody.
Brian Parks pleaded guilty to assaulting a handcuffed man and then attempting to tamper with the records. Today, he faced a judge for sentencing. News 5 investigator Scott Newell has been detailing.
How many other cops have assaulted people and then falsified their record? Because if one or a handful of cops are doing it, then there's bound to be thousands of cops falsifying their records for assaulting people and use of excessive force.
Handling problems inside East Cleveland government for more than a year now. Joining us live in the newsroom, Scott, did Parks please make a difference?
Yeah, well, Brian Parks hoped it would be enough to convince a judge to sentence him to probation. But in the end, the judge told Parks he's heading to prison to show the community he's being held accountable for what he did. In court, Brian Parks looked straight ahead as prosecutors played body camera video showing Parks tase a handcuffed man twice. Investigators say it followed an October 2021 police chase. Investigators say the driver refused to pull over for speeding and possible window tint violation. Still
He tased him twice after handcuffing him because he wanted to torture this guy for making him chase after him.
Cuffed. Prosecutors say the man was slammed into the back of a police cruiser by Parks.
My foot, man!
His foot then slammed in the police car's door. Today in court, that
And this and this ex-cop was like begging the judge that he's not a individual and he wouldn't harm people. Well, this is why you're going to prison, because you were torturing a person.
driver, Mario Garcia, said he was appalled by what happened.
I forgive you. I'm telling you I forgive you, but I'm not going to forget this.
For his part, Parks said he took responsibility for the assault.
It was dark, it was cold, and he fled from the police. We were in a corner alley. I couldn't see anything.
But prosecutors
But that doesn't give you the right to taser somebody that is in handcuffs and then slam their feet into the car door of your cop car.
say Parks tried covering up what he did, claiming in reports Garcia was handcuffed after he was tased.
And what we have here, Your Honor, is a grave abuse of power.
Parks' attorney said
So he knew what he did was wrong and wanted to cover his tracks. I wonder how many other cops knew about this, because this dude probably bragged to the other cops about how he tasered a handcuffed person.
her client was caught up in the moment and pointed to a 2019 incident where Parks shot and killed a man while on the job.
It's the things that he witnessed and that he went through in his capacity as a police officer that caused him the post-traumatic stress disorder and the other mental health issues that he has that led to this offense.
But
So his lawyer's trying to say because he murdered somebody previously that it justifies him mistreating other people? That makes no sense whatsoever. I mean, somebody can't go out and murder somebody and then beat somebody else in the future and they be like, oh, well, I murdered a person. I have PTSD, so I get to abuse people. That is just insane. The defense just is idiotic and insane.
Victim joined prosecutors asking Judge Cassandra Collier Williams to send Parks to prison.
But I'm just looking at this and I'm like, I did my time. He should be held to a higher standard.
The judge agreed. Parks, who spent 17 years serving the community, led from the courtroom in handcuffs to serve 6 months in prison.
Well, only 6 months in prison. He should be getting a couple years in prison for tasering a handcuffed person, excessive force, slamming their feet into a vehicle. Again, this should be another charge of excessive force, falsifying records, um, and abuse of his authority. He definitely should be getting several years in prison.
Parks is the 7th past and current East Cleveland police officer convicted of crimes just in the last year. In court, Parks' wife accused prosecutors of sacrificing her husband's career for votes in an election year. In response, Cuyahoga County prosecutor Michael O'Malley said his prosecutors do their jobs, saying the reason Parks is headed to prison is on that body camera video. Live.
Well, his wife is extremely deluded. She obviously knows her husband is a POS murdering criminal, and she doesn't care because all she cares about is protecting him. Yeah, this dude definitely should be going to prison because he, uh, you know, uh, tasered a person while they were handcuffed, and that's excessive force and abuse of authority, as well as trying to falsify his records because he knew what he did was wrong.